The Quarantine Cup is of course brought to you by Nikijo Collectibles. Enter code NOLAN5 at checkout for 5% off sealed and singles on the site. I personally picked up my case of Burst of Destiny for, I believe it was $1,070 after entering code NOLAN5 at checkout. They do more than just sealed though, they do singles. Honestly, probably the most competitive prices on the market for everything at launch. They do also have a little bit of a back catalogue going on with some alternate rares and secret rares that they're updating all the time, so do check them out. And of course, entering code NOLAN5 at checkout makes it all the cheaper. But let's get on into the video. What's going on, guys? Welcome back to NolanTCG, and we are here for the first, I guess, episode, week, game match, match of the Quarantine Cup. So I'm here, of course, with Logan.
That's me, I'm the Snake Rat.
That is the Snake Rat. We're going to be doing commentary over the matches for the Quarantine Cup. This is essentially a series of weekly tournaments that we're going to be hosting here on the channel for people in New South Wales that are in lockdown. We're essentially going to be playing off. We'll cut to a top 8 at the end once eventually we can start going back to locals. But at the moment, this is what we're going to be doing. So, of course, first match up here, we have Seb playing, he's clearly playing Dogmatica. It's in the title, though. It'll tell you what he's playing. It's probably his
I can tell you what
deck.
he's playing.
It's his trap deck, isn't it?
Yeah, Dogmatica Eldlich.
Okay.
Which, yeah, if you had watched the stream, Ben, you would have known this.
Yes. You are streaming these matches live as they happen on your channel. Link
That's
will
correct.
be in the description down below.
Yeah, on Tuesday nights, Australian time, if you want to come and watch these live. We'll be probably doing some different duels next week, so we get some different content for both of them. So if you want to see particular matches, you can come here. If you want to see particular matches over there, you can come watch it on my channel, and we'll have the live commentary for that.
So, of course, in this first matchup, we did have Seb. He had his first turn. He's playing his weird Dogmatica Eldlich deck. And as I quickly click across there to move the Discord so I have access to that.
Yeah, from memory, I do believe this is Henry playing Chainburn. Like Time Lord Chainburn,
Yes,
sort of deck.
he's playing that, like, Windwitch, Herman Hansen build, I believe.
Yeah. Now, I feel like, from memory, this is a really hard matchup to win if you verse Eldlich.
Yeah. All Chainburn matchups struggle to Eldlich. Massive.
So, we'll see how close this gets, but I'm not confident in Henry.
Yeah, it's not a very good matchup. Although the Sati and the Time Lord is a decent starter. It'll force something out, at least.
Yeah, 2k burn damage. Well, he's got the Pegasus, right? Like, the Time Lord won't trigger against Pegasus.
Well, the Time Lord doesn't destroy the monster it battles with, is that correct? Or does it?
I don't know.
I know they take no damage, but does it destroy the monster?
I think it destroys the monster. Let's look it up. I have that power.
You do indeed have that power. You can be the search man.
I can be the search man. My job title.
So he's declared his attack. They've definitely gone with the fact that it destroys, so...
Yep. And we didn't stop it, so...
Nope. We did not. So yeah, Wingpeg Sagzista, gonna trigger. Time Lord boy, he go bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. No
now, Ben, you played in this event, didn't you?
I did play in this event. From week to week, I will play if it's like, if it's odd numbers, I'll play. If it's even numbers, I won't. Just to try and avoid a bye. We may actually record some of these voice tracks live if we do end up going down that path.
That's true. Yeah, we could just literally take it from the stream.
Yeah, we can roll with it that way. So Seb going end phase, gonna drop his Sanguine. After we see Henry just set 2 pass. Odds on those are probably a magic cylinder. It's going to be sexy when that comes out.
From memory, Henry's not playing any like hand traps in terms of like Ash Blossom, Growth Spell and stuff like that. He's just playing like a lot of battle traps, battle hand traps.
He's playing Faders and Scarecrows.
Yeah. So, interesting. Like, I feel like against any combo deck, this deck gets hurt a lot more.
I think they're now discussing the fact as to whether or not it will inflict the battle damage. So he's just copied and pasted the text. So at the end of the battle, if this guy battled. But I believe it has to remain face up on field at the end of the battle phase for that to be able to trigger.
Yeah. It would have to trigger, yeah. It doesn't recognize that it's there.
Yeah. I get you. So, Golden Lord swinging through for 2-5. We see our first fader come down. Seb's made sure to place his zones correctly. I'm sure he didn't know that, but he's definitely made sure to place his zones correctly. Don't want to have that relinquished Animus slurping up your Golden Lord.
This is true. This is a very true fact.
Yeah,
another
phase
punishment.
2. We're gonna see the punishment come out. Probably try and
You just dump another Pegasus here, right?
I think he drops an Entis to get rid of some back row. Because at the very least, you're gonna clear something like a magic cylinder.
I guess. Secret Blast.
Activating the blast.
I feel like now that he's doing that, you send a Pegasus because you've already just 2 for 1.
Well, do you not just send Entis and pop the other back row? Now that, like, Secret Blast isn't live. Although he could be concerned about maybe waking the dragons.
Yeah, that kind of would be my thought process there, is that why is he giving up the Secret Blast already?
Yeah. That could have been a thing, yeah.
Because I know Henry is on the Waking the Dragons, so...
I don't know if that's main decked or whether or not it's sided.
I should have just asked for his list.
In the top 8 cup, we'll take people's lists.
True. This is true.
They can play whatever they want week to week, but once we get to top 8, we take those lists. We take those lists.
I just want to know what the mind of a burn player is. Like, what makes you decide, this is the deck I want to go down?
To be fair, he's not playing the Mystic Mind Burn list. So he's playing the... I think he's playing the Herman Hansen one, so which is like the modified version of that OCG Windwitch Chainburn list.
Yeah, he is playing that list.
Given that we received the stuff from the OCG to fill out that version of the list, though, it's curious as to why he just didn't straight play that.
Yeah.
So that's with like the level 4 Synchro, and with stuff like Booby Game coming in.
Booby Game.
Yeah, Booby Game.
See, and the problem is, like, this deck with the Pegasus just really outs the Time Lord.
Yeah. It's gonna keep...
Like, that's 4,000 damage that should be down, which is huge.
And then you're gonna have that Golden Lord. Now he can come back. I remember when I think I played Henry round 2, and I dropped the Dragoon down and swung for game, and he activated Cylinder, and I was like, Cylinder targets, this is game.
Oh no. That's so sad. Cylinder targets?
Cylinder targets the monster that's attacking, then it sends it back.
That's so trash.
Yeah.
That's actually so trash.
It does hurt this deck quite a lot.
Yeah. There'd have to be something. Surely you just play like the Mirror Force in that regard.
Yeah. Well, you'd play like a Drowning maybe.
Poo. Isn't there like a burning one or like blazing Mirror Force that like deals damage?
There is. I think it has to destroy the monsters though.
Oh, true.
So it destroys and then inflicts burn damage equal to half their attacks.
Yeah, you probably just play the Drowning to like reset game state.
Well, a Gravedigger's has been flipped up, so it
Gravedigger Trouble is insanely good in this list.
Yes, it's gonna slap down a bit of burn damage and say no to that Golden Lord.
Yeah, I remember when this card came out and everyone was like, "This is the Nibiru route."
Yeah, because you make Reflecia on your 3rd summon and then you can negate Nibiru.
And then we realized no one cared.
Well, that's why Ulti Reflecia went up so much. We should hype it, because I've got one sitting on the table next to me that's for sale.
I remember Josh Glone selling a Reflecia for $25.
Yeah, wish I bought
Back
it.
when it was hyped. Well, Jay bought it.
No, I think Tom bought it.
Did he?
Yeah.
Oh, fair enough.
Josh was like, this is crappy ulti. Someone give me money. And everyone laughed at him. And then Tom was like, $25. And he was like, deal.
Little did we know, Josh was just ahead of the times.
He was ahead of the times.
Which is not what you want to be when you're selling.
It was like $50 at the time, though. It's like half the price he sold it for.
It was like $70. $70.
Okay, yeah, it was even more then.
Yeah, he lost money. Imagine losing money. Wouldn't know. Anyway, back to the game then, because we're terrible commentators when we don't listen to the game.
Well, yeah, you see, I got distracted by something Loza said. I had to send a GIF in group chat.
I have that open.
Yes.
Oh,
see, Loz's autocorrect had him write Joe Stars, so I responded with the JoJo's reference.
It's shocking. You watch much JoJo?
I've watched all of it.
Ah, that's more than I have.
It's quite good. It's quite good.
I have not watched any JoJo.
You should do that. Comment below if Logan should watch JoJo's Bizarre Adventure.
It's going to be like 6 comments now, and that's the only comments you're going to have on this video.
That's fine. That's fine. These are comments that I want.
It's the only comments I want.
Is Seb playing Dragoon? Do you know that?
Surely, the man would have to be.
Because like real convenient now would be to slap down a Dragoon and be like, nope. Because that that golden.
I'm
Lord,
90% sure that trap is just Ring of Destruction.
at which point doesn't work to Dragoon, or
Exactly.
you just hit the Verte, I guess actually.
You would probably just hit the Verte, and that does stop Dragoon.
But it doesn't negate the Verte.
Yeah. Eldlich is in such a weird spot in the format.
I think actually, you can't really say next format because our format's kind of diverged from the OCG where we're going to end up in weird situations now.
Next set, they get like interesting, right? Like when we get that trap protected monster, it definitely gives it some interesting opportunities.
Yeah, it does. It at the same time though does kind of not give it that massive power ceiling increase, which they kind of need.
Yeah.
I think they could fill a niche in a lot of formats where they're like the third best deck, but at the moment I just don't think that's the case. You know,
Yeah.
I know that's what they've kind of filled into at the moment, where they're just kind of the third best deck in the OCG, because they just don't give two shits about I think Flundereese. They just like play straight through that.
Yeah, I guess so.
Oh,
So here's Scarecrow.
Scarecrow is going to come down.
See, I get like the purpose of the Scarecrow in the Fader. I can kind of understand Fader with like staying on the board and being an anima, but they just feel really bad.
Well, you're just playing for the next turn. That's all you're doing with this deck. You're playing for the next turn. You want to do some more burn. Just play for the next turn.
I wonder if he's playing like just Desserts and Secret Barrel. Surely.
I don't think you play all of them in this kind of list.
I feel
You
like
play
they
stuff
would.
that's like straight removal, like this Lava Golem,
Lava Golem's pretty good.
and then
Well,
like
this is good, right? This will get him down to 3-8, and then the Ring of Destruction puts him to 800, right?
yes,
So he just needs to have a card that does 800 damage, and he wins the game.
yeah,
Except it doesn't set anything, so...
not a good sign. Not a good sign. Can you conk pop your own monsters?
I believe it's one card your opponent controls.
Ah, that kind of sucks. If only you could conk pop your own Lava Golem here.
I feel like you don't matter. Well, this is his game if he doesn't have a way to... Like, 'cause he just goes battle phase, attack, flip the Sanguine, summon another attack.
We're gonna find out. We could even go back for the one from Grave and then have access to 3 Lords here.
Actually, he could.
Yep,
What's funny,
here it
he
comes.
could have lost. Sending the Ice Dragon Prison's correct here. Like, that's very smart.
Yeah.
Wasted card. Just get rid of it.
No, you want Ice Dragon's Battle Fader.
Yeah, very true. Play around the Anima and the Lava Golem.
There's the Ring of
So
Destruction.
here's Ring. But that's just still game for both players because he still takes 3k.
Ah, yes, yeah, that's just straight game.
Unless
There'd
he has
have to
another
be
Fader.
a Fader or a Scarecrow in hand.
Yeah.
But I just
I guess
shoot... Oh no,
we'll see.
Seb's life's pretty low. I was going to say he could probably strike it if he has a strike set, but not enough life to activate that strike. Nope, he's
No,
just
that's
scooping.
it.
Okay.
Feel like you don't even activate the Ring of Destruction there. You keep
Why
the info.
I'm assuming they forgot to do 2 games. Yeah, they did. Okay.
Silly people.
Offer rematch? Yes, rematch.
Silly guys.
Okay, so coming into game 2, if you chain burn, weirdly, I guess you're siding stuff to remove your opponent's back row.
Yeah, you're siding in like Twisted. You're probably not siding Twin. You're probably siding Duster, like Heavy Storm Duster. the pop 2 trap.
Yeah, yeah.
I think that's what you play. Yeah, you're starting Graveyard Hate.
You could also look at even like something like a Lightning Storm. You're not going to have face up.
Yeah, you're
drop
not
cards.
playing with face-up monsters, and your Time Lords bounce themselves back to the deck in the standby phase, so you're
The
always
only
going to have
thing
that open board.
You'd probably only be concerned about maybe having his Crystal Wing face up, or maybe a Battle Fader he wants to turn to an Anima on the opponent on his turn.
Yeah, but I think the Lightning Storms are good because you're going to go second with the burn deck, which we see here. So you'd assume he started in like Storm, heavy Storm Duster, probably Harpies if he has it.
Seb opening very well with the Nadir straight up game 1.
You love to see Nadir.
Slapping down that Wing Pegasus. It did well for him game 1. Hopefully it does
Yeah,
well
it's
for
put
him
in the
here.
work.
I'm actually getting quite excited for a deck I wasn't expecting to get excited for coming up. Not the new kind of stuff in the Dogmatica lore. The fusion-based stuff.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how it expands.
I think
The Dogmaticas.
it will very much be a Shadol Dogmatica kind of thing you put it in with at the moment, but it could still be pretty interesting.
It'll have a home.
It will. Hopefully.
I'm really interested to see the new Hidden Arsenal chapters release with like the guide and all that. That's gonna be really cool to see like that lore and that world expand.
I hate that. I hate that so much. I just wanted the Legendary Duelist Season 3 so we could get the reprints of Bane and
Oh my
stuff
God.
like that. I would just want a Bane and a Magician's Souls reprint.
Magician of Souls and Bane do need reprints. Anyway, Windwitch. There you go.
That's what we should have gotten. We're not going to gloss over this.
I tried so hard to pass off.
Fuck's sake, Konami. Just give us Legendary Duelist Season 3.
No swearing, Ben.
Nah, it's not in the first 30 seconds. We can do whatever we want. It's my channel, my monetization. So Windwitch I spell.
If you say no to swearing, you won't find that on the Snake Rat channel. I promise.
Sure.
Because I don't swear.
Yeah, because you're a good Christian boy.
Good Christian boy. Don't listen to any podcast I've ever done.
Yeah, don't listen to it and don't report anything he ever says to the ministry.
The Minister of Darkness.
Oh no, he said it. I didn't. So, see Henry dropping down his Unbreakable Crystal Wing. We're seeing if that's going to touch board.
It's definitely not going to hit the board, right? You just punishment the 7.
A punishment has to come out here.
Honestly, I'd punishment before and just to play around the damage.
To be fair though, Seb wasn't big in the game when the Unbreakable Crystal Wing was, so he may not actually see that coming.
That's true, actually. This is a good point.
He may not also realize that any Link monster outs it. Decode Talker. Game.
Gone. Sayonara.
That was the worst, where it was just like, oh yeah, you have a Crystal Wing that can't be destroyed.
It was so bad, right? 'Cause
Here's my Decode Talker.
It was so bad because Windwitch Invoked was so good until Link format because you could only summon one or the other.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
Decode outed both of them.
Yeah.
Like.
So we are going to see a Kong Pop.
Pain.
Kong Pop's going to come through and take care of this Winter Bell.
Now this is always a problem I find with Eldlich players if they do the Chainlink 1, Chainlink 2 play, which just gets absolutely punished by an Ash Blossom.
It does, yes.
Like you don't need to do it either. You can just go activate, summon, on summon, activate.
Yeah.
And it plays around the Ash so much easier. So, you see it in this match, and you'll see it in another match later. Someone does the same thing, and in a stream, I call it out both times, being like, this is such a bad play. Like, it just shows incorrect understanding of how to play around Ash.
Seb's also brilliantly played around the relinquished anima that can come off this Snowbell.
He has done that.
Man's realizing that this is a level 1. Although I think he was locked to Linker, so Synchros. Possibly?
I think so. I think they do.
Surely. I'm almost certain. I know they can't be tributed. Whoa, big BLS. Big BLS link touching down. That's another card that needs a reprint. The BLS link. The BLS link desperately needs a reprint, Konami. Even though it's been reprinted almost twice now, as the Ulti's about to come out. Ghost and Ulti. Great options. Very good options. As I'm going on a rant here, because Logan appears to have just left.
I'm here, but I'm just so disinterested in the fact that we're watching a Chainburn player play.
Yeah, but I want to see the cute stuff. I want to see all of the nice text come out. Because I quite liked this OCG list then when it came out.
Do you like seeing BLS just sit on the board?
BLS, yeah, that is going to sit on the board. Can that be targeted, that BLS?
I do believe no, because he used a level 5 higher monster.
That's hot. I do believe that there would be no out for this then. Because the Anima can't... I believe he can't target anything.
Yeah, he can't hit with the Anima, and he can't...
He can't hit Anima, he can't...
Actually, no, it's level... Did he use a Golden Lord for it?
He used a Golden Lord for it, yes.
Yeah, then there is no out to this. He has to beat over it.
The Crystal Wing has to beat over it.
He could tribute it for a Kaiju if he's playing mode, or a Lava Golem.
The only out would probably be if he was to use the banish effect and he banished a Waking the Dragon out of the back row.
That could be it.
That would be an out.
I do believe Seb doesn't use the banish effect. Because he's going to get the effect here. And from memory, I think Seb's going to use the attack increase effect.
That then also does play around the out.
Yeah, so... Well, I mean, it still doesn't play around the Lava Golem. When I was commentating this, I thought for sure he'd use the banish effect. But he goes for the extra attack, and he gets ringed. I feel like that's a big waste of a Ring of Destruction.
Well, he can't use it on the BLS, so...
I feel like you could just wait for a Lord to come onto the board.
I guess it turns off a Fleur-de-Lis, if he's worried about a Fleur-de-Lis finding its way out.
I suppose, but what monster are you afraid of getting Fleur-de-Lis?
His Windwitches, so he can't make his Crystal Wing.
How do you not already... He's already used it. He's not playing multiples.
I'm fairly sure you would normally play... Oh, the level
bell.
1 bell. That's your one of, I think.
Yeah, you play 3, 2, 1.
Okay.
And so... Like, I guess he could make another 7, but... Sure.
Yeah.
Anyway, this doesn't look too good for Henry here.
It's not looking good at all. Just going to see it. Just one set and a pass. Sanguine coming out.
Now, Ben, this is a sponsored event, isn't it?
This is a sponsored event. So, Nikijo Collectibles has put up the first place prizing. So this tournament is brought to you by Nikijo Collectibles. There was definitely a thing at the start that I've made up. So before we get introed in, big thanks to them. Big thanks to them. It will scale based on the size of the player base. So if you're, again, like I said, in New South Wales, you're stuck in lockdown, come and play along Tuesday nights, 6 PM. It'll be in like the Australian YGO Facebook group every week. I'll make sure to post.
You're welcome for that plug, by the way. Just yeah.
The plugs were gonna fly. The plugs would fly.
I understand, Nikijo. If you want someone who's going to plug you, every time.
But looks as though Seb's probably setting up for a...
Oh, this is just the end, right? Like...
He's setting up for that Dragoon.
45, 55... This is 8k. Like, this is just the end.
Oh, yes, this is lethal. This is lethal damage.
This is definitely lethal.
It's a
Fader! King!
Down. Strike on the fader. Strike on the fader.
Oh, no.
Oh, boy.
Not the way you want to end.
Uh-oh.
Surely that's it.
Strike on the fader wins it.
Oh.
Strike on the fader.
You love to see that be the way to end.